Do you know the difference between new emotions that are real in the moment and old emotions that are looping over and over and over? When I get trolling comments, they point to this knowledge gap, this difference between what I'm going to call new emotions in the moment and old looping emotions. I'm Sabine Roden, and just to be clear, both new and old emotions are real. They aren't fake. But new and old emotions have different sources, so how you deal with each of them is different. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you should care about these two types and how you can tell them apart so that you can best know how to work with them. Why you should care is simple. Your emotions are trying to tell you something about your life. Specifically, they are pointing out what's working or not working. Imagine if you never got any feedback from your parents, teachers, or colleagues. How would you know if what you were doing was working or not? That feedback is critical to your growth and well-being. That's what your emotions are offering you, feedback. Now imagine that feedback is coming from a yelling, screaming, raging person versus a soft, compassionate voice. They are both giving you feedback, but the yelling, screaming message is going to be much harder to hear. The yelling, screaming feedback is like the old looping emotions, trying to tell you that something was wrong. They haven't been heard in so long, so they just keep getting louder and louder. You know when someone says something innocently to you and you snap back? That's an old looping emotion. It's not the person that's in front of you that's the source of the pain. The pain is deep and goes way back. Whereas, if the emotion is new and that same person says something innocently to you that you still might find irritating or hurtful, it doesn't tend to rattle you nearly as much. And that's because there isn't the history of pain beneath it. Here's a shortcut that I like to use. Is there a line in front of me? Meaning, is my anger, fear, sadness reacting to a danger that I can point to clearly? And would others see that big lion, that danger too? If the answer is no, that there isn't a big lion, then it's much more likely that your emotions are old, looping emotions, trying to get your attention. And they do that by pointing to something or someone that looks vaguely similar to the actual source of pain. It's like they're saying, like that. It was like that. They were like that. And I'm still hurting from it. In this case, when the emotions are pointing to old pain, step away from the current situation because that's not the source. What is the old message? What is the actual source of pain on the inside? Here are some ways to allow the source of your emotions message to come through. Dance it out. Journaling. Talking it out to someone, not the one who irritated you, a neutral person. Exercising to listen better, like how I become a clear channel when I'm at the gym. Or walking out in nature. Once you've learned from your emotions specifically how you were hurt in the past, then decide what you need to do to heal that hurt, like create boundaries, take an action, or take some time out for yourself. Now, what if there really is a big line in front of you, like someone screaming at you, a diagnostic test that needs to be scheduled, a loved one that is all of a sudden critically ill? In these situations, the lion, the source, is there in front of you. Here, still step out and pause to allow your emotions, messages to come through. Still dance, journal, talk, listen, walk with new emotions. Once you've learned from your emotions specifically what is or is not working in that situation, then you get to decide what you need to change for yourself, and you get to impact that current situation for the better. For more ways to live your life to the fullest, including embracing all the wisdom of your emotions, download my 8 simple ways to reclaim your life at becomingyou.life/guide.